Day 8 of the 21-day intuitive upgrade challenge. Italy is here with me today. It is
Hello.
Easter Monday today. So, yeah, and we're just sitting here on our couch, just chilling out, and we wanted to talk to you about mirroring. Now, mirroring is really a really interesting concept, and I want to talk to you about two different concepts today. Now, when I first kind of opened myself up to the spiritual world, so to speak, and I had my awakening a few years ago, I realized that a lot of this mirror work was around, and I was like, what the heck is mirror work? Is it standing in the mirror saying, I love you? What is it? Is it self love? And although that is very important, and I do want to talk about that a little bit, the other thing is mirroring is how we can live is in looking at the reflections of everything around us and everybody around us and learning from our experience as a human being. This helps you to see the truth within yourself so you can grow, you can expand, and you can utilize your intuition by seeing what the mirror is. Now, a perfect example of mirroring is my son. So CJ is 6 years old, and him and I, from the minute he was born, it felt really hard for me. In fact, he was a catalyst to my spiritual awakening, if you will, for a lack of better words. Like from that moment that I kind of went, whoa, what am I all here for? Now, my child, CJ. Now, Adelaide's a little bit different. She's more like a
Yeah,
fairy-like
yeah.
energy, and
CJ thinks he's the king of milk and tomato sauce. His
yeah,
favorite food is milk and tomato sauce.
yeah, he knows what he
It's his
wants.
favorite. It's his favorite. He just loves it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So with my son, once I realized that everything he was doing, behavioral wise, everything I was seeing within him actually was this reflection for me to grow and see and learn, my whole world changed. And
Yeah.
even so you noticed
Yeah.
that as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah. Because like you're like a boy, like you're like a version of CJ, but you're an adult and you're a girl, but you're a version of him.
Mm, I
Because
am.
if you're a boy and you would if you're a boy and if you were six, you would be CJ.
Yeah,
And
quite
and
probably.
and and you're like a big girl reflection of CJ.
That's perfect,
Yeah,
actually, Adley, because
and
the
I'm a big
reflection of your dad.
yeah, a small one, a
A small
small one.
girl
Yeah,
reflection of her dad. So, yeah, going back into the training, like, thank you for that. It was a really big contribution, and
yeah,
there's a lot of truth
yeah,
there as
yeah,
well.
yeah.
Is the fact that when my son, now you will have your own reflector, the person that kind of triggers you the most and you learn the most from. It could be your husband or your child, it could be your work colleague, it could
Could be
be,
your dad.
yeah, or it could be your client, it could be your
It's
friend.
my dad.
Yeah, exactly. So what I find is when my son is playing up, or humans would say being naughty, I literally stop and I go, what energy am I being right now? And he may not even have anything to do with me. He might be in a completely different room and he might be screaming, milk, tomato sauce. I don't know, he might be yelling those things.
I
I
when
want
because
this.
when we go to McDonald's, there's no tomato sauce. Then we'll hear a crying CJ going, "I want tomato sauce, no,
Yeah, he does.
that's a
Yeah. So basically what happens is even if I'm having a bit of a day where I'm overwhelmed or something's happened and I'm feeling a little bit anxious within me or I'm not feeling, aligned within myself, I will notice that my son will be unaligned as well. And this is what I work with my clients as well, is I will actually they'll be like, "Oh my gosh, my child is so intense right now." And I'll be like, "Okay, so what's going on with you?" Same with animals. Same with
Yeah,
animals. So what I want you to do is I invite you to see everything. So that's my example is my son. But I invite you to see everything as a reflection. Now, there are people that are going to trigger you. There's going to be people that flow so much love to you. We can see the good and we can see the bad. Not that there's really good or bad, but there's definitely different energies in this polarity where you can look at it and go, what am I here to learn? Oh, hello, Rhiannon. Do you see it, Rhiannon? And my friend Addie. Hey, Cheryl. How's it going? Adley just pointed because she saw her name. That's from Rhiannon, her auntie Rhiannon. So, guys, what is the reflection that you're seeing from the people that are triggering you? So that was the one part I wanted to let you know. And if shit happens to you, please ask, what am I meant to learn here? What is this reflection? Why has this happened? And how did I create this? Taking that responsibility again and saying, I have created this, rather than going into the blaming. So I've got a hard child, or my husband doesn't understand me or get me, or my boss is this. Go, hang on a minute. If I'm creating this, then I can create everything to change around and shift. So, what is the lesson in here? What is the reflection? And that is what I get with my son CJ, is a pure reflection. And I always say to him, thank you, because you have shifted my life. And he's like, yeah. And he'll quite often be like, yeah, I am the king. And yes,
Yes, I am the king.
he is the king and this is the fairy. So the other thing I wanted to talk about was, so put it in your comments as well. Like, who is the biggest reflector in your life? The person that you can learn from. And quite often it's either children or it could be parents, because that's why do family trigger us? They trigger us.
You should show them your tattoos, because when he's a fairy, CJ the king
Oh
with the
yeah.
crown and you're the big
Yes,
mermaid.
I've got tattoos of all of that, yes.
Yeah, I did fairy, and then there's
King.
a king crown, and then that's CJ the fairy's bee, and the big mermaid, and we're gonna get some.
All
And
sorts.
there's a little bangle on my hand, and that's Daddy, but we're gonna get Daddy something else.
Okay.
'Cause
Cool. It is.
yeah. Maybe I
So
should
yeah, you can color them. So one thing I wanted to talk about was, I want you guys to write that down. I want you to integrate that in, and I actually add, go journal on it, pop it in the group. What is the reflections in your life? What are you mirroring? What is happening? Let's get into this, because if you see every single thing as a mirror and a lesson, then you can start using your intuition to really start shifting it fast. The other question I want to talk about is, what is your actual relationship with the actual mirrors on a physical sense? Because I tell you what, Adley, I did some videos of her last night singing, making up songs,
yeah.
and she loved it, and she was in the
And
mirror.
I made up this song. I can believe I can fly like a spirit up in the sky. I had my first Facebook Live, and now I'm famous.
Yeah, now you can sing your second one after this.
And now
So,
I'm famous.
so when I was watching Adley in the mirror yesterday and videoing her,
Mirror.
you were doing in the mirror.
Oh,
And
yeah.
what I found was she had no insecurities about what she was looking like. She was really stoked the fact that she's a sing-songwriter and that she wants to be doing these different things. She wasn't like, oh, Mum, was that good? Was that bad? And I've never put any of that onto her either. Now I'm sure that will happen with society and
I just said Mum so good because I was thinking really quiet last night. But then at the end I was just like I went crazy. I was just never on this one.
yeah, okay. We've got to get through this, okay, at least. So we have a mermaid bath waiting for us.
Yeah, yeah.
So when Adley was in the mirror and doing that, and I went to my husband and I said to him afterwards, she has so much passion, and she has so much confidence in showing up. So, what happens to us adults when we do mirror work? When you don't look in the mirror and go, "Oh, I'm so pretty and I can sing and yay and woo!" And like, we don't do that because the whole tall poppy thing, the cut off your head, you make you feel like you're smaller than you are. Don't be too vain. Don't show up too much. Don't make other people feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, so if you see yourself in the mirror and it's like, oh, I look so ugly and fat, don't say that.
No.
Because then other people get the energy from you thinking that you're ugly and fat, and then
Do you know what? She's exactly right. Because the truth is, we have these projections. This is all going on with mirroring. So what happens is you're walking down the street and someone's judging themselves, and they've got this insecurity and they feel like Adelie said, they feel ugly and fat. Now that
yeah,
that is not true. That has been put onto them. They've picked that up as a point
yeah,
of view.
because
But the
then
thing
other
is,
people can pick up your energy, and then they start feeling like that.
yeah, and so they will project onto somebody else and they can
Yeah,
start feeling that, or you will look at that person and judge that person because the truth is you have an awareness on what they're thinking and
yeah,
feeling because we are, like Adelie said, energetic. So at the end of the day, you a lot of the time we think we're judging, we're not. We're actually having an awareness of what somebody else is thinking. So what she actually said took me into like a training, which I go deeper into with relationship blocks. But for this, we've only got a couple more minutes to go. So I just wanted to say, what was your first memory of looking in a mirror or dancing in front of the TV? And what happened? What happened? Because a lot of the people I work with, if I said, go look in the mirror and tell yourself you love you and look at every inch of your body and be so grateful for it, they'd be like, no, I hate this about me. I hate this about me. No, I can't do it. But I tell you what, Adley did it for about half an hour last night.
yeah, bro.
So
And
she can do it.
it was like 9:30.
At night. Yeah,
Yeah,
after our
yeah,
bath.
yeah. We
So,
usually do that though. But
yeah,
yeah,
so
it's normal.
what was your mirror experience and what happened?
Tell us all about it. We can listen all day.
Yeah, tell us about it in the comments and let us know what happened to you. Oh, look, oh my God, horses are a mirror. Yes,
Who? Who?
taught mirrors. I mean, horses, see there? Kids trigger me when I'm not living in the now. Yeah, of course. And you've got quite a few, don't you? Me too. My son Elliot and kid's dad. Love mirrors now. Yay! Lovely song.
Is there
Well,
any comments
well,
about me?
oh, well, I check out my muscles as a personal trainer, which is great, and that is so, so good. We should look more in the mirror. Absolutely well done. Hello. Hi. So yeah, so there's two parts. The mirrors that we can learn from, the people, but then also, what was that experience that stopped you from looking in the mirror? Now, for me, it was like, Victoria, get out of the mirror. So when I was Adelie's age, and I said this to Luke last night, when I was Adelie's age, it was like, get out of the mirror because, of course, Adelie loves doing TikToks and she loves doing facials. She's got lots of
Yeah, and
different
I like being
facials.
funny, but when she goes, my age, if she was being funny, her mum would be like, "Yeah." She was scared of being funny.
Yeah, I was, and I'm
Yeah.
not funny now. I'm kind
Yes,
of
you are. You're fun. You're being funny right now.
yeah.
Yeah.
But then like it was like get out of the mirror. Don't be vain. Don't be too
Get out.
yeah,
That's
get
right.
out. Don't be so
Get out.
shiny. But the thing is, I would never say that to my child. And unfortunately, the consciousness we weren't as aware in the past generations. So there was that mentality of humbleness but we can be humble and love ourselves because
We
that
can
is
always
how
be humble and love ourselves. You should always love yourself.
no matter what.
Never hate yourself. You can't just walk into the mirror and say, I'm ugly and fat. I hate myself.
Yeah, well, that's what people are doing, Italy. That's what adults do.
I
So,
know.
children, we have to learn from
I
children.
always walk in the mirror and I'm just like, how did I get so pretty? How? I actually, how?
Yeah, because you're beautiful on the inside and out, and that's what we need to know. Donna's watching as well. I love that your daughter is doing this with you. And Donna's having a baby. She's having a little girl soon. So at the mirror work isn't just about what can I learn from the people around me, the situations around me. Yeah, being humble is very attractive, Steph, and it's very much about going, okay, cool. So what was my first experience when I actually looked in the mirror? So there's that physical element of it as well. And I know for me it was Victoria, get out. Don't be vain. Don't look in the mirror. So all of a sudden I stopped looking in the mirror. I only had to do that to do my hair and makeup. And for my job, I had to look in the mirror because I was a hairdresser. So I couldn't believe it when people were like, couldn't even look in a mirror. So I'd do people's hair for 20 years of hairdressing and they would look anywhere. But people are fascinating. Anywhere but the mirror. anywhere but the mirror, and they'd be like, I feel sick. This cape makes me feel like this. You guys know what I'm talking about. Do you ever go to the hairdressers and go, oh my God, this cape is so bad. I don't want to look in this mirror. It's like 3 hours in front of the mirror. But the truth is, like, you're a human being and we should be able to look at ourselves.
Yeah, because then, like, if your hair, if like your hair's like in a
Mohawk.
yeah, you should look in the mirror, or then you'll probably get
You probably need to look in the mirror and fix your hair. No,
yeah,
but
yeah.
so if you do
You
have
know what
any
I'm
cleaning
talking
up, sorry, if you do have any cleaning up to do about what it was like when you were little and how you felt, and if you know what that moment was of where it was like you couldn't look in the mirror, maybe you were too pretty and you had to dull yourself down, maybe you got teased, maybe it wasn't like parents or anything, maybe it was just like, oh, we don't do that, or you know, you started doing stuff to your face, like adding makeup on, like these things happen. They happen. No, we're not going to pull cards today, honey.
Okay.
Ellie wants to pull a card, but we have a mermaid bath that is just calling us. So this is what I want you guys to look into.
See, that's so cool.
That's the call. It's a mermaid call. So what I want you guys to do is to walk around this week looking at everything as if a mirror. If something triggers you, ask, what is the mirror here? What is the reflection? What is the lesson here? And then the physical side of that, which is totally not connected, but it totally is at the same time, is to go, how do I feel about my reflection? About my behaviors. What age was I when this, you know, became a thing for me where I couldn't actually even physically look at myself in the mirror? Because then you're attaching yourself totally to the physical appearance and not the soul and not the spirit as well.
And you
Or,
don't, and you every second you don't have to look at the mirror, but you should look at the mirror every day.
and love yourself, eh? Because
Yeah, because you've
life's too short not to love yourself.
yeah, exactly. Because
Exactly.
you're living, you should love yourself because you're keeping yourself alive. You know, you're being very gentle with yourself. You're not killing yourself.
Well, people are killing themselves, Italy, with negative mindsets.
Not like actually killing themselves with a gun.
Yeah.
Yeah, people are not doing that.
Gotta love, love,
But
love,
somebody
love,
on
love, love.
TV did.
Yeah.
They killed themselves and then tried to kill their wife, but they did.
I don't even. Okay, we will talk about where she watched this in a minute.
No, you what?
Okay, we're gonna go now because everyone doesn't need to know about our stories. Okay, so yeah, awesome tool. Yeah, so getting used to this. Exactly. This is deep stuff. It's so simple. It's so profound. It is massive. It is like as important as journaling. Living your life means being conscious about the mirrors and the triggers around you. It is really about acknowledging the body that you're in and the spirit and the soul. At least just reading all the messages here. Sending so much love to you guys. I've had to yeah, I have clients that can't train in front of the mirror. Absolutely, Steph. Absolutely, it is next level. And being a hairdresser for so long, I was used to using mirrors all the time. So I kind of desensitized the physical part of it. But everyone goes, Victoria loves a mirror. Victoria loves to look in front of the mirror. I'm like, where did they even get this from? Like, I'm not vain. What does vain even mean? It's self-love, right? So there's different parts of this mirror. Now, thank you guys. These guys they're back to school tomorrow. So it's been such a contribution. Here's my little boy as well. This is my mirror, my beautiful mirror. Okay, guys, lots of love. Have a beautiful day. Mwah. Let us know let us know what your takeaways are from this, and we will see you later. Bye.